Welcome to All Your Base. This is going to be round 7. That's pretty damn cool. We've done 7 rounds of this stuff. And that doesn't include the Monday night CTF Mayhem that we've done a couple of times in a row. But this is going to be very similar to last week, where it's going to be a little bit of a CTF pickup action. And welcome to my wonderful staffers tonight. I've got Jahar. I believe we've got Fear,
Yo.
Rotten Rose, and who else do we have in here? I think I heard. Is Artana still in here?
He
Maybe.
what?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
There he is.
I'm just saying hi. How you doing?
What's up?
Did you have a good day, man? Did you have a nice, fulfilling day?
Oh yeah. I know I did. I got to fix things today instead of just watching shit fall apart around me.
All right. Well, we already have sides picked, and Jahar, why don't you have the fun job of running the rosters? Well, I don't see anyone with really weird names, so it shouldn't be too bad.
Absolutely, and we are going to be seeing things kind of go pickup fashion tonight. So on the blue side right now, we have You Got Swooped, Sup Now, WN, and ID/id. And on the red side, we have GWC, Brick, Jones, and Sparks, actually. Wow. So we see a similar lineup as last week, but we are seeing a few different faces on the pickup teams.
Indeed, and GWC's lagging out. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Interesting.
Like a mofo.
Yeah, but yeah. So it should be pretty cool. We are going to basically see these teams cycle after each round, which means we'll get to see hopefully a great mix over the course of the night. And I mean, it was I think fantastic last week. We had several games that were quite close, so I'm looking forward to tonight. For anyone that is kind of new to Quake Live, we're going to be watching Capture the Flag, which, as you might imagine, is all about capturing a flag. And we're going to be watching 4v4, and that's sort of it's kind of become the standard for competitive play these days. Although I guess over in Europe every now and then they still do 5v5s, but we don't like that here on this side of the pond. But this should be good stuff all around. It looks like tonight we are possibly going to start on Troubled Waters, which is I think most people would consider it a defense-heavy map. It's very difficult to get in and out with the flag unscathed. Oftentimes you're going to see players, as GWC manages to demonstrate for us as I speak, basically using a rocket jump or merely jumping using a little torch that's on the side of one of the pillars on the way to the flag spot that allows you to exit that room in a way that the defenders usually can't necessarily follow unless they are really quick on their feet and can do a rocket jump out the same way. So you'll see a lot of really cool trig jumping and rocket jumping from the offense, but the defense, though, it's poised usually with railguns and rocket splash to very quickly pull down the flag carriers. Flag carriers are also usually very weak because there's only one red armor in the very center of the map in the water. So, cry me a river, but apparently the people above me are hanging pictures. I know that's going to come through on the stream because my mic is awesome. Oh well. But anyway, so the offense doesn't really have a lot of armor to work with. All that tends to go to the main base defense. I'm going to go see if I can find somebody in the base here. We're watching Brick. I'm actually going to hop out and fly around a little bit so we can continue the little tour. One yellow armor spawns here near this back jump pad. We have another yellow armor spawning just outside the double doors, and an additional resource for the flag defender is going to be this Mega Health, which Jahar discovered is beautifully mirrored on the ceiling in that small Mega Health room.
Must we reflect on that?
Har.
I still need to go into Quake 3 and see if it was there.
Yeah, unless you reflect on that.
Yeah, shut up.
All right. But anyway, so that's sort of the basic tour of the map. We are probably going to try to focus on the center map, because the team that controls the center, which is usually you stick your strongest railgunner in the center. The team that holds down the center most tends to have the better luck with the caps, because usually, like we said, really getting the flag out of the base tends to be half the battle. Getting it to center, really once you get across center, your chances of capping just sort of increase, I would say 2 or 3-fold. But we are getting pretty close to go time. Jahar, do you have any other words to kind of add to that little description of Troubled Waters?
Troubled Waters is one of those maps where, we've seen it play for many years, and, you mentioned some things like the rocket jumps across mid, and the rocket jumps out of the flag cubby, but now we're starting to see things wrap back around, where some of those routes have become so much part of that vernacular that we're seeing things change up. But we're going live right now. Greased, take us away.
Alright. So I'm going to watch Brick at the start. He's going to look for a railgun, and we've seen him play defense quite a bit in these pickups, and he's waiting for that railgun. Here it is, and he might stick around until he gets hit once. He's already picked up 100 points of armor, and so he's not going to be willing to stick his neck out for too long. We got Jones in the center on red and already hitting 2 impressives, and Jones has asked me to call out his impressive count whenever he plays this map at the end of it, because apparently he really wants me to understand just how many he gets. So he's already up to 4, so he's averaging an impressive per 10 seconds. That's not too bad.
And
let's just stick with it. Let's just stick with this.
Well, we'll see how that accuracy goes on a map where you can't just spam rails across mid like that. But that does illustrate how, rail heavy mid is going to be. Jones switching up the angles a little bit, going down low, taking 50 health to get back up into fighting shape. But he's going to have to back out of the fight for this. And as you can see, 2 players from blue have made their way across, but one of them is going to be taken down by some shotgun blast in the face. And Jones is now back to hitting those long-range suppressive rails.
Yeah, and he went from about a 70% rail down to a 53 in the last few seconds. So it seems like when he is really getting pressured, his aim did fall off a little bit there. We have yet to see any real grab on the flag, though. And that, of course, is the important thing. Finally, Jones goes down. That's a pretty good KD, though. And finally, we get the first look at a flag grab. It's going to be Sup now. And he's looking for an exit. Already has used his med kit, down to 53 health, and trying to bide his time. Now, there it is, a rocket jump out one way, so he takes the other, but he will get hit in the ass by Sparks. He was able to get that flag returned, so not too bad for an initial touch. And there's Sparks using oftentimes what you see a flag runner doing in order to get across center. Sparks uses it to offensively push into this base. This could potentially get interesting if he can get a little bit of help. Let's go take a look and see if anybody is about
And actually it was Jones that opened that up and gave Sparks the entrance in there, because you saw him duck down low into the lower portion of the base, and you saw 2 guys that said, okay, wrong floor, going back up, and then Jones took out his aggressor from there. But Sparks does eat a rail on the way to it. He misses the jump.
And that gives Artanis a chance to pull him down and get that flag returned.
Right into his lap.
Yeah, that being said, Sparks only had about 20 health when he was doing the jump, so even if he had gotten through, I think he might have been stuck once he hit center. We've yet to see any real lockdown. There's Artanis restocking, and he's got 200-100, so he's pretty set for the next push. Let's stick with Artanis until that happens, unless we see a grab on the opposing side beforehand.
Yeah, Artanis so far has already racked up 10 and 0, and so far that's quite a bit better than he was doing last week. We recall last week we were comparing defensive stature a little bit, and Artanis was always a little down on whenever we were seeing him on the D side of things, and he was actually seeming more comfortable when he finally did go aggressive. But so far he has not been taken down here on Troubled Waters. He's the guy to get through to get to the blue base.
He is a little bit weak here. He's going to be able to restock on the front yellow that, or rather the, that's right, they're on the same level, so I kind of forget. Yeah. Yeah. For anyone that's curious, the respawn timers, they're only available to us spectators. They are not available to
people are still asking about that?
Yeah, yeah. It's okay.